How to know that Nigerian pastors and prophets don't do miracles and can't do miracles. On this video, I'll be telling you exactly how to know. Please stay with me and watch this video to the end. If after this video you still think we have powerful men of God, or those that call themselves men of God, you are on your own. Number one, have you ever asked yourself, how come upon all the numbers of miracles you've watched on TV, I have personally seen a whole lot of miracles, ranging from raising the dead, the blind seeing, the cripple walking, the dumb speaking, the deaf hearing. I've never walked into one of those persons that I know. Has there ever been one person that you watching me now? Has there ever been one person among these people you watch on TV receiving healing? I'm sure no is the answer. They don't do miracles. They don't have such powers. What you see is a script already written, rehearsed, and then they come into the altar to act it. That is the reason why, one, you will see a church where someone claimed to have received healing. They will say blind from birth, or has never walked, disabled, crippled from birth. They will be brought into a church, and in that church, they will claim to have been healed. Go to that church the next service Sunday, you will not see any of these persons. And you and I know that if you be physically challenged, most especially from birth, and one prophet, one pastor, one church happens to give you healings, you will own your life to that church. You will never, on any circumstance, leave that church. Am I right or wrong? No, I cannot be wrong on this now. I cannot be wrong. Somebody out there, are you comprehending? A church that have healed you, that gave you your sight for the first time after years, you will be a devoted member of that church. You will be on the streets, but you will never see these people on the street, or you go to the church after the next Sunday to see these people who just received healing the previous Sunday. That's how you know that that miracle you saw was stage managed, was arranged, and in other words, is fake. Number two is this. You cannot be performing miracles like raising the dead like we've seen, or making the blind see like we've seen, and these things are not hitting the international news. See, show me a pastor whose miracle has been on the news, even our local news. Do you know that these media houses will not carry news that are not authentic? And the miracle your pastor, your prophet does is not authentic. It's stage managed. You cannot raise the dead. Somebody that has been confirmed dead by a medical doctor, and a church raise them back to life. CNN will carry it. Al Jazeera will carry it. It will be on BBC. But have you seen one? The answer is no. That's when you know that the miracle is fake. You got the point now. Now let me crown it by this. Our pastors claim to are very powerful. They can do miracles. They talk to God. They can command somebody to sleep, and you try to wake those person, they will not wake. Pastor Ibiome, I just imagine seeing you that day telling the member, sleep, and the guy lie down. You were saying, wake him, he will not wake. You would have called me Odalo to come and wake him. And let's see if he was truly asleep. So all these scripts you used to put your members in chains, and the gullible members sitting and watching actually believe this is a problem. Now, if your pastors claim to be this powerful, with the numbers of them we have, raising the dead, opening the blind eyes to see, making the cripple to walk, and Nigeria is still like this, from fry pan to fire. Nigeria keep getting worse every day. It is worse today than it was yesterday. And the gods of our land know that it will be worse tomorrow than it is today. This is not me saying it. That is how Nigeria has been from inception. It only got worse like 10 years ago when APC took over. It became drastically worse. Where are these powerful men of God? Your God cannot solve the problem of the hardship on the Nigerian people. If your God is useless and incompetent against the plight of Nigerians, then you don't have a God. You don't have any power. If your pastor cannot do anything about the problem of Nigeria, then your pastor's miracle is fake. The God of that your pastor is useless and powerless. Am I even convincing anybody? Because if at this point I'm not convincing you and I'm not making sense to you, you are a non-living thing. Your ailment is incurable, and I can only tell you, get well soon. I wish you speedy recovery. Because the much I can explain is what I've just done. If you are still not convinced now that your pastor does not have any powers, you still want to believe those rubbish you are saying, despite all I've said, get well soon. I rest my case.